All right, hello. Welcome back. We're back for some more Shadowrun. Dragonfall. Let's just let's play. Let's play. I think we're about to go out on missions, I believe is what we're doing. We did a bunch of interesting things last time. Now we're going to do back to the thing we were doing before. Doing some side missions, including some companion missions, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, so first things first. What mission is this for? To climb down? This is in the sewer. Oh, is this just taking us to the Autobahn? This is like how we first got into this place, isn't it? In the van to where? Okay, this is Glory's side quest. Okay, that's great. No, we can do hers. I don't have many med packs. Surely we won't need them. Surely we won't need them. Glory and I are going to go take on Harrow, I think his name is. Vierstel. The drive from the Kruzbestar to the Schonenbuch forest was a long one. For over 6 hours, you and Glory rode in relative silence, with only the sounds of the road for company. Now you find yourself crouching in the woods, watching, waiting. Off in the distance, the rustic exterior of Vierstel looks curiously warm and inviting, but you know what's waiting inside. The anticipation churns at your guts like a living thing. Eventually, a van pulls out of the compound's driveway and rolls out along a service road before disappearing from view. Glory gives you a nod and begins to scramble forward. Harrow has left the building. It's time for you to make your way inside. Why would we... Aren't we confronting him? Why would we want him to not be there? Take some of that, and guess we'll just take some drugs for now. The weathered edifice of Vierstel looms above you, dark and sinister in the chill night air. Despite the horrifying stories that Glory told you about this place, something about it feels strangely comforting. In the back of your mind, insidious voices whisper that you could stay here forever. Do you feel it, the lure of this place? When I was a kid, when I was whole, the pull was irresistible. Yes, I can feel it. It's almost pleasant. It's meant to be. That's how it gets to you. It worms its way inside of you, changes you, and you don't even realize what's happening until it's too late. You're going to see some terrible things here, Graves. Vierstel exists to prey on the young, and we're going to have to come face to face with that. Are you sure that you're prepared for this? When you say the young, how young do you mean? I need to know what we're walking into. Teenagers mostly. 16 through 18, though there is the rare exception. That's young enough for me to feel uneasy. Me too. But we're going to put an end to it, one way or another. I'll ask you again, are you ready? I need an honest answer. I'm as ready as I'm going to be, yeah. Good. You want to compare notes, make sure we're both on the same page? We take care out of commission. You were right when you said that we couldn't afford to let him live. Even if we completely destroyed this place, it'd all be for nothing if he got away. He'd just start another cult somewhere else. Any suggestions as to how we should approach this? Yeah, we're going to take out the shrine that Harrow uses as his power focus. We can't touch him while that thing is standing, but after we bring it down, he'll be vulnerable. Tell me about the shrine. It's a lump of rock about as tall as I am, inscribed with runes and encrusted with bone. The shrine's power comes from an entity that Harrow bound into the stone, something very old and very dangerous, a toxic spirit. In many ways, it is the heart of this place. We can't touch Harrow while the shrine is intact. If we try, he'll siphon enough power from it to slaughter us where we stand. But if we confront the shrine and kill the spirit, the astral backlash from its death will cripple him. All we'll have to do is finish him off. Okay, kill the spirit, cripple, and take him down. Got it. Let's move. I'm with you. Let's do it. Okay, so that's why we can't just go kill him. That very quickly answered that question. Here we go. Hello, fellow kids. Lock the door. I mean, I guess we'll click on the obvious thing. Can't go in because the door's locked. The doorway shimmers with a faint red light. As you approach the door, you can feel a squirming sensation in the back of your skull. Your limbs begin to tingle, then feel heavy. The closer you get to the doorway, the more of a struggle it is to continue moving forward. It feels as though your strength is being siphoned from your body. Whoa. Willpower 6. The shrine room is through there, but this barrier wasn't here before. Hero must have warded the doorway after I ran. How do we get through? The ward is like a lock. There must be a key. Back when I helped Hero run this place, he and I were the only ones allowed in the shrine room, so we look for whoever has taken my place. That's where the key will be. And how will we know who that is? It'll be a girl. Hero would never take a male. Oh, it's gonna be your girly, isn't it? Hero would never take a male as his second. He wouldn't want the competition. And her hair will be fire red. It's sort of insignia of rank within the cult. So your hair used to be red? Yeah, it's 100% gonna be her former flame. Near distant murmuring sound coming from inside. Voices, 3, maybe 4, all talking amongst themselves. You can't make out what they're saying, but one of the voices sounds desperate. You've heard the tone before. It's the sound of a man pleading for his life. We should keep moving. Whatever's going on in there, we don't want to get involved in. Why not? Because if we try to stop whatever's happening in there, there's going to be bloodshed. We're here to kill Hero, not the people he's brainwashed. And after we've taken down the shrine, the cultists in there will be hurt, disoriented. We can deal with them then. Okay. I will trust you on this because you will know. You will have known. Is that true of every one of these places? Regular courses of rough laughter tells people on the other side are enjoying themselves. Those voices belong to Harrow's acolytes. They'll have some magical training and they like hurting people. You open the door and we're going to have a fight on our hands. How do you know they're acolytes? Process of elimination. Initiates aren't allowed in that room. It's one of Harrow's rules. On the rare occasion that an initiate is invited in, he usually doesn't come back out. What happens? It's sort of lounge for Harrow's inner circles, the acolytes and the bait girls and Harrow's wives. Marta and I used to spend a lot of time in there. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's where we should maybe be looking then, no? Is this the van he used? Is he back? I remember cruising the back alleys of Tübingen, looking for kids in need of help. The bait girls, Marta and the others like her, would offer them money, or food, or drugs, or sex, whatever it took to get them into the van. And once they piled in, Hero and I would be waiting to greet them. I remember so many nights like that. I remember how much I used to enjoy it. Coming back here shows integrity, yeah. Most runners I know wouldn't have done what you're doing tonight. Left to my own devices, I probably wouldn't have. You pushed me to do this, to find some semblance of redemption. I owe you for that. Don't thank me until we're safely back in... Yeah, let's do that. That's probably wise. We still have a long way to go. We should keep moving. Don't thank me yet. There could still be bloodshed. This is the Initiate's dormitory. The new arrivals are brought here. There's still hope for these kids. Harrow hasn't had a chance to ruin them yet. Good to know. We'll try to get them out of here. Wait, listen. Movement in the other room. Soft voices from inside of the room come drifting out of a nearby vent. You hear a woman's voice. The sound is crisp and smooth and sweet, and it instantly puts you at ease. This is Marta. Calm now, dear. It's probably nothing. No need to worry yourself. We're so far off the beaten track, we don't get a lot of visitors. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see Glory's back stiffen. She flinches as though she's been stung. Another voice, high-pitched and pleading, an adolescent boy. But what if it is someone? What if the bad people have found us? What if they followed me here and they've come to... Well, then we'll send them away. You're perfectly safe here. You have to believe that. Don't worry, dear heart. Harrow won't let anyone hurt you. Not here in this place. Not ever again. Are you certain, Marta? Yeah, it's her. Positive. Be calm, all of you. As long as you're here with us, nothing bad will ever happen to you. Is that your Marta, Glory? Not mine, Harrow's, but she's the Marta from my story, yes. What do you want to do? If she's still here, she'll be Harrow's #1, my old position. He had his way with all of us, but he was always sweet on Marta. That means that she'll have a key to the shrine room. In that case, we're going to have to find a way to get it away from her. Yes, but not here and not now. Those kids in there, they'll die for her. They already love her. That's what she does. We can't risk confronting her in that room. If the situation turns ugly, any one of those kids will happily eat a bullet for her, and that's not what I came here to do. No, it isn't, but we came here to kill Harrow, and she's in the way of us doing that. Yes, she is, but we deal with her later. I won't hurt any more kids voluntarily. Marta's voice floats back out through the vent. Hush now, boys, and get some rest. You got a big day tomorrow. The biggest day of your lives. You get to meet Harrow. I promise you, after you speak with him, you'll see the whole world in a different way. A better way. All right, Marta, have a good night. You too, dear. All of you. The coast is clear. We can handle the initiates. They're just a bunch of scared kids. Without Marta there to egg them on, they won't try anything. We can handle the initiates. Okay, you want to go in? But because we know she's in the room beyond, because she didn't go out this way. The initiate closest to the door whips his head up to look at you. He takes a stutter step backward in alarm, then opens his mouth to cry for help. You don't want to do that. Glory looks deep into the initiate's eyes, transfixing him. We're not here to hurt you. If we wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead. You've lived on the street. You know how this works. Slowly, the initiate seems to calm down. Yeah, you're right. But if you don't want to hurt anyone, why are you here? We just want to have a word with Marta. A private word between old friends. Understand? Yeah, that's cool, I guess. You gonna let us through, or? The initiate by the door is staring at Glory's limbs, her eyes wide. She's a mousy little thing, probably somewhere in the vicinity of 17 years old, with purple contact lenses and a shock of blue hair. She glances up at Glory, blinking. You used to live here, didn't you? I've seen your picture before. Really? I think so. I didn't look at it long. It was in a room that I wasn't supposed to be in, but I'm pretty sure that it was you. It probably was. You're right. I did live here a long time ago. I was like you back then. A scared kid brought here by Marta for a chance at a new life. I like Marta. She's so nice. I always feel safe when I'm with her. Most adults aren't like that. They either don't notice you or they do for the wrong reasons. But Marta, she cares about us. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, go ahead. Well, I overheard Marta talking with Mr. Harrow yesterday. I think that they were talking about our meeting with him. The one that Marta was just telling us about, where we'll learn to see the world in a different way. Well, I couldn't really hear the whole conversation. It was all muffled. But what I could hear was kind of weird. Mr. Harrow said some stuff about a shrine, and then it sounded like he changed the subject because he started talking about dinner. Something about chopping up meat. Well, Marta got really upset, said they're too new, they're not ready, make the older ones do it. Stuff like that. But then Mr. Harrow said some other things, and then she calmed down again. When she left, she was smiling. And so I was just wondering, do you know what they were talking about? I want to make sure that Marta's okay, but I can't ask her about it because I don't want her to find out that I was eavesdropping. Glory, you take this one. Could be any number of things. I wouldn't worry about it, sweetie. We'll make sure that Marta's okay. Don't tell her that I told you, please. Don't worry, we won't. Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. I don't know for certain what Harrow has planned for those kids, but I do know one thing. Whatever it is, we aren't going to let it happen. Okay, I kind of want to go check out all the other rooms, knowing that that's where we need to go. And there seems to be quite a lot of rooms still. Here. I will take that. Save. See. Where's, like, Harrow's chambers? As you open the refrigerator door, a whiff of ammonia sticks in your nostrils. Watery light glints off of the door's polished interior. The fridge is stacked full of large plastic bins, all tightly sealed and neatly labeled. It's hard to tell through the opaque plastic, but they appear to be full of meat. The first thing that hits you is the smell. The meat in here is beyond rancid. White mold frosts the side of the bin, and it's all that you can do to keep from gagging. As you rush to put the lid back on, you recognize a familiar shape in the rotten meat. A mangled human hand. Is that what I think it is? Ritual supplies. The adversary prefers them aged. Harrow teaches all the initiates how to do it. How to harvest the meat, how to store it, how to label it. Nobody likes doing it at first, but you learn. By the end, it doesn't even bother you anymore. I think we just figured out what Harrow's going to make those initiates do tomorrow. I think that you're right. And that means that things have changed around here over the past few years. How so? That girl back there, she said that she'd only been here for a week. But when I lived here, Harrow would never have let such a fresh convert prepare a sacrifice. He'd wait until she was in so deep, until she felt so indebted to him that she couldn't turn tail and run. It was a rule. You let newcomers get settled for a month, maybe two, before teaching them the more unsavory aspects of cult life. Even then, you'd start them off slow. The first lessons would use pork or chicken, never human meat. That didn't come until much later. Indoctrinating a new recruit after a week is risky as hell, and he would never have done it when I lived here. Why the change? I think that Harold's getting lazy. He used to have very strict, very clever routine, and he'd stick to it. I watched him walk at least a dozen initiates through it, and it worked every time. With the Shrine's power at his disposal, he doesn't have to do that anymore. He just brings his new recruits back here, and it takes care of the rest. I think that he's let himself become dependent on the damn thing. That's still crazy messed up. Alright, Glory. What's in this last door? Okay, this is his room. An ostensibly large tome sits cradled on this pedestal. The papers are bust and fibrous, and the binding has been expertly stitched. The steel plate running along the book's spine anchors it to the pedestal. Glory stares down at it, frowning. Harrow's manifesto, the handcrafted line of bullshit that he feeds to his initiates. We all lit it up with a smile and came away convinced that he was a genius. Looks like he's expanded over the last few years. It's at least twice as thick as it was when I lived here. Maybe there's something we can use? I wouldn't want to hang around long enough to find out. This is Harrow's personal library. He used to experiment in here. There were dangerous things in here. Sick things. I was never allowed in this room without Harrow. Nobody was. He said that it was for our safety, and I think that he was telling the truth. I feel uneasy being in here. I don't want to stay any longer than we have to. Yeah, it does mean that we have to learn what we can. Alright, I'll watch your back, but try to be quick. Okay, when I first set out on the path to free living, I realized that I'd have to rethink all my earlier assumptions about life. I'd have to question my own values and beliefs, and I'd need the strength to trust in the answers that came to me. The prospect was daunting, but it was also necessary. The road to true freedom is paved with unanswered questions. After all, you can't learn to be free from a book. The answers won't come from a Bible, an instruction manual, or a code of conduct. If you don't learn that, you'll never break your chains. The path to true freedom is one that each must walk on his or her own. What makes life worth living? What in life is truly valuable, and what is the dross that can be burned away? I spent weeks dissecting every aspect of my life to find the answers to these questions. Slowly, agonizingly, I pared down the list until only 4 items remained. These 4 items became the cornerstones of my new philosophy, and the basis for everything that Fürstill stands for. Love. The first cornerstone and the most important. Without love, life is bland and meaningless. Without love, we might as well be machines. Love what you do, love the people around you, but above all, love yourself. Self-determination. The second cornerstone. Each of us must be his or her own shepherd. No more gods and no more kings. Your life is your own. Lash out against anyone or anything that tries to treat you like property. An assault on your freedom is an assault on your whole being, and it must be kept with an equally ferocious response. Charity. The third cornerstone. A miserly life is an empty life. Each of us is his or her own master. If each of us is his or her own master, then nobody should live as a serf. By helping others along the path to enlightenment, so do we enrich our own lives. Passion. The final cornerstone. Complacency is poison. Be wary of it. Ambition is the key to a fulfilling life. Don't settle for what is. If you do, you abandon what could be. That ominous feeling getting stronger. It feels like we're being watched. Keep reading. Rules of living. Be free. Be free in all things and experience that freedom with your whole being, body, mind, and spirit. Discard the oppressive traditions of modesty and shame that you've been indoctrinated with since birth. The free thinker has no use for them. Your body is a source of pride, of pleasure, and of succor. For yourself and for others, enjoy it and share that joy freely with those who desire it. Be selfish. Don't enslave yourself to others at the expense of your own happiness. Take what you want and do so unashamedly. Our desires are an important part of what makes us human. Society has trained us to hide that part of ourselves from the world, but the free living person doesn't cower in the shadows. Own your desires and rejoice in them. Selflessness is ultimately dishonest, and dishonesty has no place in a free society. Show reverence. The free living person understands that the only true governance in this world is the law of nature, and that in nature there is a hierarchy. The rabbit doesn't question the wolf. The mouse does not wonder why it must run from the cat. They do because they must. Their survival depends on it. And it is in nature, so it is at Fürstill. Know your place in the food chain and understand the mechanisms by which you can better yourself. Lori she stares down the rules with a look of disgust. You have the feeling that this entire thing is written in doublespeak. I doubt there's a single word in here that isn't contradicted somewhere. A fact that Hera and I used to our own advantage. We could justify just about anything by pointing to that manifesto. If an act is forbidden in one place, it's permitted somewhere else. If an initiate ever questioned our behavior, we could claim that he just didn't understand the meaning of the book. The others would look at him as the ignorant one. It's all bullshit, like I said. Clever bullshit, but bullshit all the same. Graves, that ominous feeling, it's getting closer. There's something in the room with us now, I'm sure of it. We need to get out of here now. Okay, let's leave. I will trust your judgment. But also, what's in this terminal? Hack it. To use exclusively for financial transactions. After a bit of digging, you find a list of payoffs to local law enforcement, paid by Hero, no doubt, to ensure that the police look the other way. Okay. Save. Alright, let's... This is for science, though. The final pages of the manifesto devolve into semi-cohesive rants about anarchy, social Darwinism, free love, and the horned god. You've seen this kind of thing before. Harrow's philosophy is collapsing under its own weight. Unfortunately, none of his cultists seem to have caught on to that fact. Glory lets out a startled cry, cutting your sentence short. Out of the corner of your eye, you see her wheel to face something behind you. All at once, the room fills with a slaughterhouse smell. Smell like the blood and bile and feces, the stench of an abattoir. A what? As you turn, you catch the sight of something sliding into the world. It looks like a charred man, with a pair of tortured faces where its shoulders should be. The thing burns like a Roman candle, spitting white-hot sparks in a fiery plume. An oily substance runs down between its dangling legs and spatters onto the floor. And where those drips land, they burn. Braves, look out. Alright, so we're in combat with this thing. Let's start with you. 70% chance. We missed one, but we did hit the armor. And it's dead. The body of the living thing that attacked you begins to dissolve at the moment of death. As you watch, its tissues break down into a growing slick of bubbling pitch and rendered fat. The hell is that? Something from another place. Like I said outside, the boundaries between the physical world and the astral space are weak here. Things can come through. I believe you. Let's clear up before it happens again. Okay. Surely the sound of gunfire didn't awaken anybody, right? I guess not. All right, let's go talk to Marta. Marta's just on the other side of this door. However this goes, we're going to have to move quickly afterwards. If she dies, Hera will know it, and I don't trust her to keep her mouth shut if she lives. So we take the key to the shrine room, break through the ward, and confront the spirit. Are we clear on that? Got it. She's got red hair. That confirms that. The woman in this room is lovely. Full lips contrast artfully with her fine elvish features, and a tumble of fire-red hair spills down her shoulders. Beyond her physical beauty, there's something inherently approachable about her. She exudes an almost palpable aura of kindness and warmth. She's got the riz. Marta, Glory's old lover. The lure that Harrow used to draw her and so many others to Feuerstell. She looks up with a start at the sound of your approach. Her eyes go wide at the sight of Glory. As she takes in her cyberware, her mouth falls open in horror. Glory? Yes, Marta, it's me. It's been a long time. It has. Glory, what have you done to yourself? What I had to do. I got out, Marta. This was the only way. Oh, Glory. I am so sorry. Marta steps forward, her arms extended to wrap Glory in a hug. All at once, something in Glory's face changes. Her skin goes from pale to pallid, and her breath becomes ragged. She takes a step back and raises her claws into a defensive posture. Don't you touch me. You're one of Harrow's creatures. You always were. Oh, one of his creatures? Glory, what are you talking about? You know what she's talking about, Marta. You ruined her life. Her jaw drops open in shock, and her cheeks blush red. Her father ruined her life years before we even met. I didn't do anything. If you just left me where you found me, I never would have hurt anybody. My mother would still be alive. I never would have sold my soul to that abomination that you all worship, and I wouldn't have had to sacrifice my own body to escape from it. This place took everything from me, and it all started with you. She looks genuinely hurt. Hera and I rescued you from a life on the streets. A beautiful girl, homeless, penniless, living in a gutter. I pulled you away from all that. I saved you. I don't feel much anymore, Marta. Most of the time, I'm completely numb. But for you, I can make an exception. I hate you. I'm sorry that you feel that way, Glory. For my part, I still love you. Another lie. The last one you'll ever tell. Go to it, Glory. Don't let me... Yeah, do it. You couldn't if you tried. Glory begins to stalk towards her position. All right, Glory. I didn't want this, but you win. Her hands begin to glow. Let me show you what our husband has taught me since you disappeared. Yeah, I don't think we let her talk. That's for sure. Big crit and armor break. That's actually enormous. And she's dead. Glory stands staring at the red ruin of Marta's body. Her eyes flit down to her claws. An expression of growing horror creeps around her face. What a short fight, right? You okay? It takes her a long time to respond. Her voice is choked with a long, dormant emotion. No, I'm not. She deserved to die. Remember what she did to the other kids here, to you. She snarls out an answer. Her face is flushed red. I know. I haven't forgotten anything. To your astonishment, you see that her eyes are welling with tears. Sorry. All at once, the blood drains from her cheeks. She wipes the water from her eyes with a cold metal hand. Save the consolation speech. I'm over it. Her voice is frigid. Dead. She nods in the direction of the shrine room door. We got what we came for. Let's go finish this. And the kids are running away to probably go get backup. We need to go immediately to the shrine. And by that, I mean, hey, buddy, what's up? How you doing? You monster, you killed Marta. And it couldn't be helped. Harrow's gonna get you, you'll see. Yeah, well, maybe. Okay, we don't have time to talk to anybody. We literally just have to get here immediately. Harrow will know we have killed. Surprised the initiates are not coming to kill us right now. As you step forward, the scintillating red light that streams from the doorway flickers and dies. There's a strange lurching sensation in your gut, but it clears almost instantly. The door swings open with a touch. That seems to have done it. Glory nods, then reaches into her satchel. Her hand comes back out clutching a small jar. I'm going to put a smear of this on your forehead. It's a sort of alchemical balm. Harrow taught me how to make it. She unscrews the cap from the jar, revealing a pale white ointment. The surface glitters strangely in the dim light. If you ever wondered where my share of the take from our job has gone, this is the answer. Powdered auriculcum. Auriculcum? Isn't cheap. I don't know what that does. What is it? An alchemical alloy. It's inherently magical, hellishly difficult to make, and incredibly expensive. It's also the key ingredient in a lot of magical foci, and it's what makes this balm react the way it does to astral energy. She dips a metallic fingertip into the jar and begins to stir. The boundaries between the material world and the astral plane are weak here. This stuff acts sort of like a lens. It focuses your perceptions, makes the haze real. She applies a smear of ointment to her forehead. It looks like a glob of glittering white paint. With this, we can deal with the spirit on its own level. I'm glad you came prepared. She dips her finger back into the balm and traces it down your forehead. The ointment feels cooly and oily on your skin. I didn't have much of a choice. There's no way that I could pull this off without alchemical assistance. I wouldn't even want to try. She fishes in her bag a second time and pulls out a pair of silver necklaces. A rune-inscribed pendant dangles from each. This will protect your astral self from spiritual possession. Don't take it off while dealing with the shrine, whatever you do. Got it. Glory puts on her own pendant. The necklace glitters slightly against her pale skin. I don't know what's going to happen when we step into that room, Graves. We're playing with forces outside of our control. Are you ready for this? Yeah, ready as I'll ever be. There's a long pause before she speaks again. When she does, her voice sounds strained. At the very beginning of this thing, we both agreed that Harrow needs to die. I still want that. I want to bury my claws in his belly and put his entrails out for what he did to me, and to all of the other kids like me. But from what we've seen here tonight, I suspect that Harrow isn't the real power here anymore. You're saying like the shrine is doing all the work? I think that when Harrow started using his shrine, he handed the spirit trapped inside of it the keys to the kingdom. The bastard might think that he's been in charge here, but he isn't, not anymore. He's a servant, just like everybody else. The only difference is that he doesn't know it. So what? Yeah, what does that matter? What does that matter? So we don't need to kill Harrow to put an end to all of this. I don't think that he'll be much of a threat on his own, not anymore. If we can manage to purify the spirit rather than killing it, it'll withdraw from the cultists' minds willingly. We can save them. Purify the spirit. I mean, does that really forgive? I'm still down for killing Harrow after that, though. Why would you think it's... Why would you not want to kill him? I think that if we purify the spirit, Fierstel will die. We'll save all the kids and the nightmare will end. But if we do that, Harrow will get away. Yeah. Harrow will get away. I don't like it either. He deserves to face justice. But I also don't think that he poses the kind of threat that he used to. It looks to me like he's traded his old tricks for easy power. Take that power away from him, and what does he become? A pathetic little man who failed to satisfy a vindictive idol. It's a great theory, but that's all it is. We don't know for a fact if any what you just said is true. No, we don't. I think that it's likely, but we don't know for sure. Glory, I I I think I don't think we can just let him go. You say he got lazy and he'll be weak. What's to stop him from just doing this again anyway? I mean, we could purify. Can we not do both? Can we not purify the spirit and also kill Harrow? So, the reason we're here is because of her. She's the reason we're here. I feel like she is acting on emotions because she wants to save these children who are essentially brainwashed, because that's who she used to be. And I understand that. But that doesn't stop the cycle from continuing. Killing the person who started this will help, because there won't be any more of them. But if we let him go, who's to say he just won't do this all again? You may have more blood on your hands directly tonight, but you have far less blood on your hands just by killing him now. I feel like it would be a mistake to let him go. But at the same time, I do feel like I should respect her wishes, because she knows more than I do. The reason she is here isn't necessarily for killing this guy, it's to save the children. That's what she wants. She wants redemption in her own eyes. Oh, man. We just saved, right? I'm just curious what you'll say. We can't let him go. Lori looks to be at war with herself. Finally, she turns her head away and spits out a reply. You're right. Without ironclad proof, we can't let that bastard go. Forget that I said anything. I have to admit, a part of me was hoping that you'd say no. I want to watch that bastard bleed out, and now I'm going to get a chance to. A momentary expression of doubt flickers across her face, but she squashes it down. The frown that replaces it is hard and angry. Let's put an end to all of this. First the spirit, then Harrow. We'll make them suffer for what they've done. Fierstill dies tonight. Okay, I feel like this is now a mistake, because now she is doing this for vengeance, which is part of the reason she became a cultist herself and then turned away, because vengeance is... mindless vengeance is not great. In fact, some may say bad. Why you gotta be this way? Why you gotta be this way? Was this after I made the decision? Is that when it saved? Yes. Okay. Oh. Let's go back to this quick save. This was 8 minutes ago? Was this after we killed Marta? Because I really don't think we're going to get lucky on such a short fight again. Okay, good. Okay. We'll just do the same exact choices. Okay. Fine. We'll do it your way. She nods. Let's do it. I feel like this is a mistake. I feel like this is a mistake. As you approach the shrine, a chorus of high, sibilant voices fill the air. The sound is light and airy, but something about it fills you with a bone-deep dread. Welcome home, Glory. Glory's eyes go wide. She opens her mouth to speak, but no sound escapes her. Glory, what the? Something slams into you, a wave of intangible force that turns your consciousness inside out and sends shockwaves reverberating through your mind. The world lurches, and everything goes black. Are we going to the spirit realm? Slowly you begin to stir. Murky, flickering impressions invade the oily stillness of your unconscious mind. The sensations come in waves, washing up over you and jerking you back towards consciousness. You smell acrid smoke and burning meat. The roar of distant flames whispers in your ears. When your eyes flutter open, a dull red glare fills your vision. As you attempt to struggle to your feet, you become dimly aware that the gravity here feels wrong. Everything is heavier than it should be. Slowly, the waves grow still and your senses calm. You find yourself staring into an infinite horizon. The blasted ruins of Feuerstel stretch out in all directions as far as the eye can see. Is this astral space? No, we're someplace else. We're in hell. You're gonna have to be more specific. I don't have answers for you, but there's one thing that I am sure of. Whatever this place is, the adversary holds sway here. We're in hell. No, I don't think it's that simple. The spirit we're hunting down is gonna be here, right? Should be here somewhere. No. It doesn't really help. Are we gonna have to fight more of those, like, abattoirs? Come on, Glory. Well, definitely gonna fight an abattoir and another thing. This is just gonna be a stupid gauntlet. I don't want to do a stupid gauntlet. That's not fun. Alright, well, can't get up there. You missed. You missed. Alright, let's move forward. You. Alright, I want you to break this guy's armor. You broke it once. That's probably good enough. It was not, because we missed. Ooh, you're healing. Okay, that's not good. %, and you missed. Okay, one down. Okay, that's big. Very good. And you're dead. Okay, Glory is not at max health, though, because she took some damage. I don't know if we should have healed mid-round or not. And I want to do autosave before entering the room, but that's fine. Autosave, I wanted to save. This is just going to be a stupid gauntlet, though. I don't really like... Alright, that one's dead. I think this music really matches the tone. Does it? I feel like it does. Now it feels like it changed. That's good. Got great armor. You You healed 1 hit point. Ow. Need to reload. And then shoot you. Nice. This is such a huge improvement, by the way, from the first game, where after a fight has ended and you're still, like, in a room or something, that you don't have to continue tactical combat walking for the rest of the entire level. Okay, we made it. Is this the spirit? It sure looks like it. The thing hovering before you is hideous. Its broad chest is jacketed in scale-like patches of burning coal, and its many sets of antlers shimmer with heat. It smells like a barn fire, wood smoke, burning fur, and blackening bodies. The spirit inclines its head towards Glory and spreads its arms in welcome. Glory, welcome, child. It speaks in a chorus of clear, lilting voices. You don't hear them so much as feel them. The sensation is strange, like hundreds of butterflies fluttering in your chest. What a pleasure it is to see you again. Glory steps forward, trepidation on her face. Standing before the towering form of the spirit, she looks frail and small. She takes a deep breath, steels herself, and speaks. I know what you are, spirit, before the adversary twisted you, before Harrow bound you into this rock. She drops a hand of the satchel at her side. I can help you be that again. All that you need to do is let me. The spirit chuckles, a strange warbling sound that sends a shiver down its spine. We are not in need of help. We are our great master's servant, just as Harrow is, just as you are, despite your misguided attempt to cut away his love from your heart. The voices in your head soften, become sad, but the fluttering in your chest turns ugly, like the buzzing wings of a swarm of blowflies. The hell's a blowfly? I don't know what a blowfly is. You've mangled yourself beyond repair, and you did it to spite him. He who was your greatest benefactor, you who betrayed him, child, but he loves you all the same. Don't listen to this thing, Glory. Slowly, terribly, the spirit begins to turn. You can hear the crack and pop of splintering vertebrae as its enormous head shifts on its shoulders. It fixes its cavernous gaze on you. Your friend, this outsider, speaks out of turn, but we take no offense. His words are like the babble of a newborn babe. He is ignorant of the truth. If the noise continues, we will teach him, and the babble will cease. Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. She mouths out a word. Don't. I have a message for you from our great master. He has a gift for you, a peace offering, one that he offers freely, a sign of his continued affection for you. He knows that you desire his servant's destruction. As a symbol of his love, he will grant you the power to bring an end to Harrow. He knows that you wish to free the children of Feuerstel. As a sign of his compassion, he will help you set them free, by killing them, probably. You can have everything that you want, child, all of this and more. I'm not going to talk. That's a nice pitch, spirit, but you neglected to mention the price. The spirit leans towards her, clasping its hands. This will cost you nothing. A simple gesture, a trifle, a show of good faith. If you demonstrate your love for him, he will reward you beyond your wildest dreams. Remove the protective ward from your neck, and his gift is yours for the taking, yours forevermore. Glory cranes her neck to look up at the reeking, cadaverous thing that looms over her. I had my own limbs hacked off to get away from the adversary. I paid somebody to do it. That's how badly I wanted to be free of your great master. Your offer is as pathetic as it was predictable. To be frank, I'm disappointed in you. The barn fire stench of the spirit thickens, and its antlers glow white. The heat radiating from the thing is like an oven, a kiln, a blast furnace. If you rebuke our great master a second time, I will chew what's left of you into mulch. The marrow from your bones will nourish the garden. I promise you this, child. I promise it. I have a better idea. She dips a hand into her satchel and produces a ceremonial dagger. The blade shimmers eerily in the light. We're going to purify you, spirit, and after we've finished, you'll help us rescue those kids. The spirit cackles. Very well, child. If pain is what you seek, we will bring it to you. Beneath its leathery skin, the thing's bones begin to shift. straining against the ligaments and tendons that bind them. A hideous cracking sound fills the air as its skeleton splinters and pops. Oh no. As you watch, the spear's body begins to rupture. Great lesions opens up from the creature's chest and back, and its rib cage cracks from some horrible internal pressure. The spirit's chest heaves, and a foul liquid pours from the rips in its flesh. A flash of light stabs your eyes, and when the vision clears, you can find 3 identical spirits floating before you. Death comes in many forms, child. The fluttering sensation in your chest grows into a rasping pain that steals the breath from your lungs. It feels like you're being eaten alive. Yours will be swift and brutal. Okay, so do we have to kill them in, like, an order? Do they have a shared health pool? How do we think this is going to work? Art of Vierstell. It's got 130 health. Okay, it just took 1 hit. So it's like illusion, right? I missed. Okay, so that's the real one. Alright, so we hit the real one. 33 damage! Holy crap! A figure materializes out of shadow. The form is wispy and insubstantial, a projection of a man, distorted by distance. His silhouette ripples like a flag in the wind. Through the haze, you can see his face. He is more beautiful than handsome, with sculpted features and an unnaturally youthful complexion. His expression is sad. Harrow. Glory. The voice is deep but faint and marred by echoes. It sounds as if he's shouting from the far end of a long tunnel. You shouldn't have come here. I was content to let you live out your life in peace. I've come to put an end to this place, Harrow. This place and your pathetic, sickening cult. I don't want to kill you, Glory, and I won't unless you force my hand. The flickering silhouette spreads its arms wide. Ask me for my protection, and I will usher you out of this place. You can leave Vierstell in peace. If you ask me politely, I might even let your friend leave with you. I won't abandon your victims here, Harrow, not again. I'm going to burn this place to the ground. My only regret is that you aren't here in person to burn with it. The projection of Harrow sighs. A fight, then. Very well. The air all around him begins to pulse with scintillating bursts of color. His rippling, transparent form glows with heat from within. You brought this upon yourself. God, we have to fight him in the spirit realm. Okay, I need to immediately heal Glory. And then let's have you hit Harrow. Or miss. Yeah, that's an option too. I didn't consider that. Ooh. Okay, he's gone for a round. This is going to be a long fight if this is what the fight is. It's going to be find the illusion. Let's move behind cover. That's a good start. It's going to be find the illusion and then hope it's the right one. How does this work? 68% chance. So I can just shoot you. Okay, that's the real one. That's a good start. We know this one's real. And now it's waiting. Is this one still the same one, you think? Can we just see the one that's bleeding? I don't think it's actually bleeding anymore. Ooh, this hits multiples, though. Okay, so it is this one. You missed. It's gotta still be this one, right? Like, it didn't move. My Harrow's back. And you're healing. Okay, that's not good. We missed. Okay, he needs to die because he heals more than we deal damage. I didn't want to click there, and it's very unfortunate that we clicked there. Because we're kind of in a really bad spot now. Is he gonna do this like every round? Oh my god, he's healing so much. Okay. Did he die and then come back? Like, I don't understand what happened there. Oh my god, we just got crit for 35! Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Graves, you need to heal yourself immediately. And try shooting this guy. Okay, he's gone for this round. I need Glory to move up. She has to heal herself as well. But does Harrow come back every round? Oh my god. Yeah, he does. So how the hell are we supposed to beat him? If he literally just comes back every single round. So he heals for 15. It's very obvious which one he's healing. I mean, can we just ignore him? He reduces the damage that he takes, is the other big issue. Wait, is Harrow gone? I can't actually see him right now. Alright, you need to heal yourself. And then shoot this guy. For 0 damage, I guess? We missed. Oh, there's Harrow. What the hell? I literally did not see him. Oh my god. This fight seems impossible. Because we don't do enough damage. We don't do enough damage. Crit me for 35 again! What the hell? What are these, like, crit chances? Okay, let's have you not be right in front of that guy. That's all we can do. Heals him back up to full. He just heals him back up to full. How do I use this gun? It was... Oh, that was the grenade launcher? It just went right next to me. Okay, that's kind of funny. Does he re-summon? Should we... Okay, he's gone for a round. Can't reach you, though. And we missed. But does he resummon all of them, or does he only resummon, like, should we keep one of these guys alive? Maybe we need to keep one of these guys alive. This is our round that we can do damage. Okay. You summoned them. Okay, Harrow's back. So Harrow needs to die. You missed. Where are you going? Okay, again, I think we should kill one. And hold on, I want you to go. You missed. And you missed. Alright, unload on you. Okay, you're going for this turn. That's good. I need you to go up here and hit him. 65% chance. We hit him twice and we crit. And we know this is a real one because he's, again, the illusion he just stays there and summons 2 more. So it's not really, like, about distracting. Alright, this is the round where we have to do lots of damage. Alright, now we are doing lots of damage. Oh, we did it! Okay. Weakened, the spirit's form flickers and sparks. The burning coals that cling to its body fall off in clumps, and its searing antlers begin to cool. The chorus of lilting voices warbles and shrieks as its body transmogrifies into something else. Oh no, phase 2. Through the haze, you can see Harrow's eyes go wide. At once, his rippling silhouette begins to fade back into the shadows whence it came. Go back to the shadows. His body becomes insubstantial. Go ahead and run, you fucking coward. Run back to the real world and whatever hole you crawled out of. We'll catch you. Shadows in the shape of a man smile back at you. The distance in his voice has increased. It sounds like he's shouting from miles away. I don't think so. You don't even know where the real me is, Glory. Oh, don't worry, we'll find you. We're good at that sort of thing. The projection flashes you a condescending grin. Believe whatever you like, fool. It won't do you any good. Years from now, I'll still be doing what I do, and you will have accomplished nothing. He's right. Again, we should have just killed him. Go ahead, Harrow. Try to set up another cult. You won't get far before I hunt you down. The projection chuckles. The sound is thin and hollow. You know better than that, but nothing makes me happier than the sound of you lying to yourself. Goodbye, Glory. The shadow slowly dissipates and Harrow is gone. Run, coward, run far, far away. We'll find you. Glory continues staring for a long moment at the spot where the projection of Harrow vanished. Her expression is unreadable. Slowly, she turns away. The spirit's writhing form continues its transformation. Twisting claws buckle, break, and reform. Charred bone begins to heal. The barn fire stench of it slowly dies away, replaced by an array of more pleasant smells, oak and pine and mineral oil, rustic feasts and mulled wine. As it cools, the spirit raises its head. Its body is as shaky as a newborn foal's. What happened to us? What have we done? Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. What have you done? Terrible things, spirit. Loathsome, unforgivable things. You have corrupted children. Turned them into killers. You've been a party to violence, torture, and desecration of corpses. You've created monsters. The spirit cringes, shaking its great head from side to side. It doesn't speak, but a low, rumbling sound emanates from somewhere deep in its chest. Unpleasant to think about, isn't it? But you have to, spirit. You can't run from what you've done. Your actions are a part of you, whether you like it or not. The rumbling sound turns into a tormented howl. The noise conjures images of mourning mothers and caged animals, screeching orphans and dying men. It is a sound of pure, unmitigated despair. Glory takes a step forward, towards the giant creature. Listen to me, spirit. I need your help. You're here to rescue the cultist of Feuerstel, the street kids whose minds you touched. We're getting them out of here before the adversary can do to them what it did to you. The spirit stares at Glory for a long moment. Finally, it dips its head in a nod. Yes, we will help you. Yeah, no time left present. Let's get it. We've already done so. The cultists of Feuerstel are themselves again. We wish to do more. We have much to atone for, as you said. What do you hope to do? Make amends. Heal the sick and the wounded. Bring them the succor of hearth and home. But we can do nothing without your help. We are still bound to this shrine, anchored here. We cannot leave without your assistance. Tell us what you need us to do. We need an appropriate vessel to carry us out of the rock. Something touched by magic, but more dead than alive. You mean Glory. It dips its head. Do you have anything that can help us? Gingerly, she reaches up and wraps a hand around the protective ward that hangs around her neck. Yes, I think I do. So, like, it can... Yep, I won't say anything. With a single motion, she snaps the chain. The pendant falls to the floor. The heart of Feuerstel lowers its eyeless head, then traces an elaborate gesture into the air. A warm glow envelops it, and a similar glow spills from Glory. There is a bright flash, and the spirit is gone. Glory, are you okay? Slowly, she rises. She looks you in the eye, a quizzical expression on her face. I can feel it, the spirit. It's bound to me now. So what does that mean for us? Can the spirit help us like it said? See for yourself. She raises an arm and you feel a burst of warmth and comfort in your chest. It wants to help people, to heal them. It wants redemption, just like I do. Together, maybe we'll find it. Behind your eyes, your vision starts to twist. It feels as though you're being turned inside out. Time to go. With the spirit's link to the adversary severed, this entire reality is falling apart. Alright, see you in the real world. See you there. Well, now we get a nice little spirit friend. Slowly, you swim back to consciousness. Struggling to your feet, you find Glory already standing and alert. I can feel them. The spirit set them free, but they're trapped somewhere here in the complex. Yeah, we better hurry. Be on your guard. The connection between this compound and wherever we were is breaking down. As that place disintegrates, more and more things are spilling through. Like rats fleeing a sinking ship. Yeah, and it's only a matter of time before Feuerstel is consumed too. Look in the corner there. You can see it already happening. All right, let's just get out of here. So you want us to save all of the kids? But we're gonna have to fight demons and stuff on the way. I can't get through the rubble, apparently. That's fine. The initiates? Oh, it's literally, that's it. Is everyone in here, or... I mean, these are the crazy cultists that she told for us not to go into, originally. Hey, guys. As you kick the door open and stumble forward into the room, you find yourself surrounded by a sea of teenage faces. Initiates and acolytes huddled together and trembling. With the spirit's influence cleared from their minds, their swagger is gone. They look frightened and lost, like kids who've had their security blankets torn away. Glory, is that you? The acolyte is in his early 20s, close to Glory's age. His eyes are wide with astonishment. You don't know me, but I was a new initiate back when you lived here, when you were... Yeah, it's me. Come on. We're taking you to safety. Someplace far away from here. A scrawny teenager in a ratty coat stares at Glory's chrome, his mouth hanging slack. His voice cracks when he speaks. What happened to your arms? Something that you'll never need to worry about. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, let's go. You thread your way back through the trees of the Schonbuch forest, tracing your way back to the thicket where you and Glory hid the van. The inferno that consumed Feuerstel is spreading, and the conflagration casts the forest around you in a sinister orange glow. The heat at your back is intense, unbearable. Far ahead, Glory blazes a trail for you to follow, shredding the foliage in her path. The liberated initiates teeter on the edge of panic as they struggle to keep pace behind you. The fire is moving fast, but you're faster. As Glory helps the last of the kids into the van, you put the vehicle in gear and punch the accelerator. The burning ruin of Feuerstel recedes into the distance, a glowing speck in the rearview mirror. The peace and safety of the cruise bazaar lie ahead. We're gonna have to watch over a bunch of teenagers and youngins. Okay. We got points to spend. I was thinking of going more Riz, but willpower is seeming awfully good now, seeing how that would help us defend against magic. I think we'll go 3 points into willpower. Then again, I really do want to get our decking. Oh wait, our decking's at 5. Never mind. I don't think we need to go higher than 5. And we're all caught up on our quickness. Yeah, I do think we go willpower. Two karma, by the way. 2. Yeah, 2 karma. Should we talk to everybody, or is there going to be nothing new for anybody else? I guess there's going to be nothing new for you guys. Other than talking to Glory, of course. Glory stands, an introspective look on her face. At the sound of your approach, she turns to face you. She nods at you. Thank you for your help at Feuerstel. I couldn't have done it without you. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to talk with you about that. After the things that we saw in there, I'm not surprised. Go ahead, I'm listening. Yeah, what did you do about the cultists? Send him to Sam? No, he has enough to worry about keeping the people of the Cruise Bazaar safe. Those kids that we rescued, they've been damaged by Harrow's philosophies. They can get better, but it's going to take time. Trying to integrate them into our society too quickly would be dangerous. That's where they go. I took them to the talismonger, Algernon. He said that he knew a place where they could get help. It won't be easy or quick, but they'll get better in time. Harrow got away just like you said he would. Yes, and he's already putting distance between himself and the Schonbook Forest. Do you think we did the right thing back there? I think so. I hope so. We saved a lot of kids from Harrow, but he could still do a lot of damage before I find him again. One thing that I do know, I will find him. And when I do, I'm going to finish this. I mean, you say that, but what happens if you go into another place with all these brainwashed kids, and you're like, oh, I should save the kids before I save him? And you just, again, that's going to have to wait. Tracking Harrow down is going to be a full-time job, and I can't do it while we still have a great dragon hanging over our heads. After we've dealt with the Valclair and the Firewing, I'll devote myself wholeheartedly to finding that bastard and finishing this. But for now, we need to keep our eyes on the road ahead. How you holding up with the whole Marta thing? As well as can be expected, my feelings on this are complicated. How so? I killed the first person I've ever loved. Whatever else Marta might have been, she'll always be that. Am I ultimately sorry that she's dead? Yes. But I'm not sure what the alternative would be. I'm not saying anything. Marta was a new definition of the term damaged goods. I can't even imagine the amount of psychological trauma she'd be carrying if she were alive today. It'd take her years to recover, and in that time, she'd still be dangerous. All in all, it's probably better that things turned out the way they did. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. Alright, well. An end to your story? Yeah. Can we post some stuff? Post data for sale? Yes. Okay, so we have the as technology run. I think we need to meet with Iger's contact, though. We gotta do her mission next. We need to do some shopping though first. We need to buy me a better deck and maybe a better gun. I don't know if there is a better gun. Show me what you got. I already forgot what I have. I need something better than the level 1 thing I have. I could be wearing up to a Fuki Virtue Axe. This one. Let's buy it. Buy that. Equip it. We need to take this off, apparently. Equip this. This means we can get more programs. That's good. Do you have more programs? Do you want the level 2? I mean, that's probably good enough, honestly. I don't want to spend all of my money. I sell you this. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Next, we want to look at weapons from this guy over here. Oh, we've been forgetting to tip the dancer. My bad. Forgetting to tip you. This guy. Hey, buddy. What you got? Looking for rifles. Shotguns. Fires at range combat 6. Okay, maybe we do have to level up that to level 6 then. That would increase our damage pretty significantly. I think we probably sell this stupid grenade launcher. I mean, yeah, I'm never gonna use it. I did the one time and I regretted it. Because we can't shoot very far, I guess. I don't know. Okay. With 3,800 bucks. Is that all we want to buy? I don't think we can do really any more cyberware. We can't afford it. And I think we said we're done with it anyway. Alright, let's go. We could stop, actually. Just out of curiosity. Talk to Algernon and see where those kids went. Also, do you have any more creepy things to say to me? She's reading a small soy calf stained booklet. When you speak with the men who are not men, the fleshy puppets imprisoned behind glass, you must remember that they dream. They may not be real people by your definition of the term, but they do have dreams. That alone makes them worth saving. Okay. Good talk. The question? Never mind. I was hoping there'd be like one more piece of dialogue, but that's fine. Okay, let's go do Iger's quest now. Which we have to meet with her contact first. I thought we still had like one other just general quest. We don't want to do... Okay, where is her contact? I don't remember where she said her contact is. Feel a sneeze coming on. Ugh. Let's go talk to her. Maybe she will remind me. She's not here. Paul, do you know where Iger is? Dietrich, do you know where Iger is? Where the heck is Iger? I mean, she's waiting somewhere, I would guess, for us for her mission. Where'd, what's her face go? Down here? Okay. Here we are. Hey, Bannock. This dwarf has a distinctly Eurasian appearance. He peers up at Iger through almond-shaped eyes. The rest of his broad face is dominated by strong Slavic features. He nods to himself and puts down his mug of soy calf. On the edge of the table, a plate of day-old pie cools in the haze of cigarette smoke. Oi, Iger. Been a long time. Keeping busy? You could say that. Graves, this is Bannock. He's an old friend. Don't know if I'd go that far. Nothing personally, understand. If I were to start keeping friends, I might call you one. But in my experience, friendship and obligation go hand in hand. A solitary life is cleaner. Professional acquaintance, then. Better. Now, let's get down to business, shall we? Let's. We need intel on the engineer. Where he's been staying, who he's working for, how long he's been in Schottennest. Whatever you got, we want it. He spears a hunk of pie with his fork, crams it into his mouth, and starts to chew. A moment later, he shrugs. I've had worse, and of course, I'll give you what I can, but I don't know much. I can point you in the right direction, that's all. Just tell us what you can. We'll handle the heavy lifting. The dwarf nods, then fumbles in his jacket pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a weathered paper map and spreads it onto the table. Alright, what you're looking is at the northwest quadrant of the Schottennest. This is gang territory, all of it. These days, the whole Keese is being held by Rambach. Surprised there's enough left for them to hold. Yeah. I'd heard that they'd taken a hit a while back. That was you, huh? Well, good on you. But you should know they're still alive and well, and that the guy who took over gang leadership is a real piece of work. If anything, they're worse than they were before. He stabs a meaty finger down into the faded silhouette of a building. This warehouse right here, it's Rambach HQ, and that's where the engineer is staying. Wonderful. If he's staying there, he must be arranging some sort of deal with them. That'd be a safe bet, and they haven't pulled their guns on him yet, so it's fair to assume that negotiations are going well. I'm sure that I don't have to tell you this, but the last thing we need is an alliance between some foreign syndicate and Rambach. No good would come of that. I can't argue with that. Now, I can't tell you who the engineer is working for. You'll have to ask him about that yourself. But what I can do is make it easier for you to have a sit-down with him. Bannock reaches under the table and brings up a canvas bag. He places it in front of you and pushes it forward. Don't open that in here. There are people in this room who'd kill you for what's in that bag. You gonna tell us what's in it, or do we have to guess? He lowers his voice to a soft whisper. You have to lean in to hear him clearly. What you're gonna find in there is a gadget about the size of a water pistol. It has a rubberized grip and a hair trigger, and it's good for one shot. It's a stun gun? No. Well, not really. For your purposes, you might as well think of it as one, though. The object in question is a cyberware deactivator. I had it shipped here, at great personal expense, from a supermax prison in the UCAS. He traces a twirl in the air with a fork. The warden owed me a favor. Very nice, Bannock. That should make this easy. Not easy, possible. I wouldn't be giving it to you if the job could be done without it. The engineer is rocking a Delta-grade move-by-wire system. Unless you can shut it down, there's no way in hell you're going to catch him. And if we do shut it down, he'll be forced into a state of permanent seizure. Only until he gets the thing up and running again. Deactivated isn't the same thing as broken. The dwarf shovels another heaping forkful of pie into his mouth. He chews thoughtfully. Until then, his life will be a living hell. But I can think of worse things to use as a bargaining chip. Remember, you need to know who he works for. The more you can take him out of his comfort zone, the better. Sounds like we have a plan. Sounds that way. Thanks, Bannock. We'll let you know how things work out. Don't bother. I'll be watching. Okay. Well, away we go. Away we go. Also, this, like, PC that I just bought on my back is enormous. It's carrying around an entire, like, 10-pound laptop or something. Where would you like to travel? Yep, going to the side quest. You're in. Issue is here, we don't have a tank. Because it sure as heck is not me. I guess you could use your shotgun. Oh, I've not been leveling up my companions. I actually have not even checked the little thing down there. I wonder if we have lots of level ups available. Shot to Nest. The key's next door to the Cruise Bazaar, and an object lesson in anarchy gone wrong. Violent gangs rule the streets here, trading territory to the roar of gunfire. The streets are a war zone. As dangerous as Shot to Nest already is, it could be worse. The gangs are vicious but disorganized. They pose little threat to their neighbors. With little more than a makeshift barricade and a few volunteers, the Cruise Bazaar has successfully insulated itself from the chaos of its neighboring keys. The engineer could change all of that. He has to be stopped. And the F-state as a whole needs to be alerted to what its clients are trying to do. It's up to you and Iger to make sure that happens. Yeah, I don't need any more weapons. I guess I'll bring a med kit because I used up all of mine. We'll bring some drugs. I forgot I was going to buy more bed packs. It's a little late for that now, though. As you near the edge of the Cruise Bazaar, the familiar piss and asphalt stench of Shotiness crawls into your nostrils and sticks in the back of your throat. The dilapidated husks of burnt-out buildings loom above you, giving the place an air of menace. I was hoping I'd put this place behind me after the Humanist run. Yeah, I'm here. I'm with you there. The funny thing is, a syndicate presence might actually help Shotinest. In the short term, at least. They'd clean up the streets if nothing else. Don't tell me you're changing your mind. Not for a second. A syndicate, any syndicate, in Shotinest would be a disaster for the Cruise Bazaar. Let the people on the other side of the gate deal with their own problems. I won't allow my home to be endangered for their sake. Okay, and I'm not allowed to level up while we're on a mission, so I guess I can't even check that. Oh yeah, so this is what we've been here before. We've literally done this. I mean, is that just laziness? Do they not have another place they could have made? Hey guys, remember me? You again? Well, you ignored my warning last time and you ain't dead, so I guess you can handle yourself. Let him through, Sergej. Sergej? Sergej? I guess that you remember. Random cardboard box we can check. The cardboard box is filled with makeshift bedding. A homeless person must be using it to keep warm. Steal from them. You find a basic uncertified credit stack. Yoink. Stealing $62 from the homeless. Nice. What's in here? Some more drugs. Nice. Maybe there's a way around. So we can either fight them directly, or you want to go around? I guess if you don't want to fight, I'm down to just kill them all. Who's this though? Save. Should we like sneak around the perimeter here? Okay. Door panel in. What's the motorcycle amount? Rambach property. Keyless entry. Yeah, I'll just deck it. The door unlocks. Easy. And we're in a fight. Well, we're not sneaking anymore. In there, that's our man. Okay, do we have, like, an activatable we have to use on him? Or do we just have to make sure he's alive? Oh, wait, it's this one. It's literally this one. I might have to be, like, in range to use that. Okay. Let's kill these guys first. You're missing. Okay. He didn't die, but that's fine. You're conjuring, but you'll be dead soon. And of course, we just got crit for 23. It's so ridiculous. You're dead. Okay, he's running. We just haven't moved from our spot. Probably not a good idea. Let's take cover and reload. And you take cover here. You can't shoot into that room. Oh my god, the crit is enormous. Reload. And how do we get in? No idea how to get in. Okay, we can go in through here. Graves up. Tiger. Okay. be the meat shield for now. Bring you up here. The mage. We 100% kill immediately. 30 damage is a good shot. Oh, great. We did kind of set us up. Well, you just healed yourself for 30. Well then. That's annoying. Dang, we really need to hit that shot. You're dead. Please don't throw any more grenades. Oh my god. We just skipped our turn. Let's get up here and take cover. We need to heal you. Switch to your shotgun. 1 damage. Because you have cover. It's actually probably better that you got further away, because now we can snipe you. Or we could miss, because it's only a 45% chance to hit. You get no cover. Yeah, at least here we get a half cover. Reload. Didn't kill. Big damage. Okay. Feel like we have to heal you. I don't want to use all of our heals immediately. Let's make a save. Let's move up, but not open the door. Now we open the door. That does not take an AP. That's good. Just unload on you. Good kill. Okay, that door's locked. I'm assuming that goes back outside. We don't want to go back outside, do we? You think he escaped to outside? Maybe he did. Yeah, maybe he just ran. There he is. Don't let him escape. So I have the stun gun. Usable only at extreme close speed. Well, I am technically very fast. Quickness by +1. Alright, I need to add more movement to myself, so we're going to take some drugs. And we got him. Do we need to do anything else? I mean, I'll bring you up here. Reload your gun. You reload yours. Oh, well. We do have to take care of these guys, I guess. Guy's just out in the open. He's just dead. Here they come, more. Probably just take these guys out one by one, yeah? Huge crit. Oh my goodness, she's OP. How many drag this guy back to the warehouse? We're going to find out what he knows. The engineer lies splayed out on the ground, his body trembling violently. Iger shoves a bottle up his nose and squeezes. The engineer shudders violently, then the trembling begins to subside. She glances at you. An aerosol BZD to help treat the seizures. Bannock was kind enough to include it in his goodie bag. It won't last long, but it should give Yuli here enough muscular control to answer a few questions. Fuck you, troll. See? He's talking already. The engineer's eyes burn with hate. Beads of sweat dot his brow as he struggles to control the tremors that rack his body. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and releases it slowly. The trembling begins to subside. Ready to chat? I know the troll, bitch. We have history, but you are a stranger to me. You sure that you have the stomach for this? Not many do. I'm just gonna hit him. The wind explodes out of the orc's lungs as your fist slams into his belly. His breath stinks of harissa and garlic. After a few panic seconds, he managed to gasp out a word. Bastard. Hit him again. Language. You slam your fist into the brim of the engineer's nose. His head whips back and then comes forward again. A glob of phlegm spatters against your chest. The engineer cackles at you, a malevolent grin on his face. You sucker punched me before, okay, I admit. I was not ready. Now I am, and you, my darling elf, are weak. A word of advice that I will give you. You'd best kill me here. I mean that. Because if I ever get off this floor, I'll snap you in half like a twig. And then I'll do the same to your she-troll friend. I think I'll step back and let the she-troll respond to that. Iger steps forward, a cruel smile on her face. You're going to want to start talking, Yuli. I promise you that. You can start by telling us whose payroll you're on. She grabs a fistful of the orc's hair and lifts his head. Her face is inches from his. Tell us who sent you to Schottenest. There's a long pause. Eventually, the engineer looks away. All right, you want to know so badly? I'll tell you. Taminus sent me here. They want to use Schottenest as a base of operations in Berlin. My point of contact is a ghoul named Beetle. He leans forward and locks eyes with Iger. There, you've got your intel. Now set me free or kill me. Yuli. You won't roll over on an employee this easily. Your rep tells me that much. No? No, Iger's right. You're jerking us around. You wanted a name, I gave you a name. Want more? I can give you those too. I can name you 100 clients who'd love a piece of Schottenest. How do you intend to determine who really sent me? I've got a couple ideas. The engineer smirks. You can try beating the truth out of me. You can try cutting on me. Get creative with the pliers if you like. Every time you hurt me, I'll give you a different name. Torture me or don't, it'll all end the same way. I'll be dead, you'll know nothing for certain, and my clients will move ahead on schedule. Help us out then. If you're already dead, why care about being a snitch? He snorts. I won't give your she-troll the satisfaction. She wants it. That's why she won't get it. Iger's hands bunch into a fist. She's still smiling, but you can feel the heat of the hatred behind her eyes. If you don't start telling me what I want to hear in the next 30 seconds, this is going to get messy. I know that look, Yuli. I'd start talking if I were... The engineer cuts you off. A perverse smile has spread across his face. You know Iger. He takes his time pronouncing the name, savors it. I'd like to tell you a story. We share so much history, you and I. Iger says nothing, but her eyes narrow. The engineer continues, his grin broadening. This is a funny story. It's a story about your time in the KSK, a story about futility. I can tell you all about the many lives you've touched, and how the syndicates touched them again afterwards. Would you like that? There's a long pause. Eventually, Iger turns to face you. Graves, do me a favor. Sweep the building for intel. Anything that you might have missed on the way. Yep, take care of it. Yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry, I will. Save. Chemical storage. A light jostle something something. I really wish there was a dialogue log, or literally like any log at all. This generic courier drone has been snapped together out of prefab parts from a dozen different manufacturers. It's a cheap, utilitarian thing, remarkable only in that it is so incredibly plain. A half-bright teenager could cobble together something like this in an afternoon. The drone sits in a charging cradle, its turbofan unpowered. A cheerful green light blinks on its front panel to remind you that it's still active. You can see the silhouette of something under the flimsy plastic dome of the drone's cargo compartment. Whatever this thing was here to deliver, it's still carrying it. You depress the catch on the container's plastic lid. Rather than swinging open, the lid slides back to reveal a touchpad. Looks as though this thing is password locked. Okay. Taking a closer look, you notice something strange. There's a set of electrical contact plates lining the lip of the drone's cargo compartment. It's a fair bet that this thing's outfitted with an anti-tampering system of some kind. Enter a password. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, maybe you can go find one. I don't want to smash it, because it could smash whatever package that we're looking for. A corpse. The broken body of a human man lies on the floor. His face is a mess of fresh cuts and congealing blood. His head is oddly deformed. Despite his wounds, his mouth is twisted into a macabre smile. Judging by the shape of the ganger's head, you'd guess that his skull has been fractured in at least 3 places. The center of his forehead is particularly gruesome. It looks soft, as though the skin were stretched like a tent between shards of broken bone. Looking up, you can see a great smear of gore on the door of the room that you found him in. The implications are clear. This man bashed his own head in trying to get out, and he did it with a smile on his face. His hands are badly broken too. You've seen these sorts of injuries after bare-knuckle fist fights, but never anything this severe. This man punched something hard and went on punching until his hands were reduced to useless slabs. Dang, I don't have any biotech. That's actually the second biotech check that we've seen. It's kind of interesting. Now, let's look around this side. A ledger. There's a small ledger lying on this crate. The cover is cheap leatherette, and the paper is tissue-thin newsprint. The pages are filled to overflowing with handwritten text. You don't recognize the language, but judging by the accent mark, you guess it's a Scandinavian tongue. Definitely Danish. While you can't read it, the arrangement of the text tells you that the ledger is primarily being used as an address book. Okay. We have a ledger for potentially like deliveries somewhere. But the forklift isn't being used, which would imply that what? Everything is being delivered via drone? Hey asshole, what's the password? As you approach, you can see that the engineer's chest is sheeted with blood. Most of it seems to be streaming from his nose, which has been crushed into a wad of bloody meat. Iger turns to face you. Her bunched fists are dripping red. Find anything? She speaks to you through clenched teeth. Her voice sounds strained and her cheeks are flushed. The hell is this, Iger? This, fearless leader, is justice. She rubs the backs of her hands on a rag. If you knew half of what this bastard has done, if you'd heard the same things that he just told me, you'd do the same. Maybe so, but you're on edge and I need you calm. Beating on him isn't helping. She pauses, then turns away. Just tell me what you found. Yes, please, enlighten us. I found this ledger. I don't recognize the language, but it looks Scandinavian. Iger leafs through the journal, quickly flipping the soy calf-stained pages. Norwegian, maybe. It was close. I'm thinking that this is written in Bokmal. Is that? What is that? Bokmal? I can't read it, but it looks like a shipping manifest. Yeah, something like that. There are a lot of addresses in there. She rifles through the pages, flipping the cheap paper with her thumbnail. Looks like addresses all the way through. Some are annotated, but I can't see any names. 2/3 of the way through the book, she stops short. Something interesting? Wordlessly, she turns the journal around. At the top of the page, written in a different hand, is a single word. It's written in English. You can understand it all the same. Wednesday. Not Thursday? She nods. Yeah, not particularly helpful without a full date, but I guess it's something. Of course, Wednesday might not refer to a day of the week at all. It could be code for something. Taken out of context like this, it's impossible to say. Maybe that's the password for the drone? What do you make of all this? This should be good. Iger ignores him. Her gaze remains fixed on the book. It might be nothing, or it could mean that he's back in bed with the Lobachevsky Syndicate. Lobachevsky. The engineer holds his silent. Is that it, Lily? Yuli, you're taking orders from old bosses again? Maybe, who's to say? What happens on Wednesday, Yuli? His mouth twists into a bloody grin. This Wednesday? I'll be putting your mother to work on the street corner, and when she's all worn out, I'll give your father a shot at the job. Oh, you can do better than that. Go die in a ditch. Find anything else? We need to be sure of this before moving forward. Found a body. It looks like he tried to beat his... Yeah. Not unusual in these parts. There are all kinds of drugs that could make a person act that way. Most of them are hard to get in a place like Shot Nest. Anything else? Keep searching. Are there going to be actually new things to search for? Is Wednesday the password for the drone? Save. Wednesday. The plastic lid of the cargo container pops open with a click. Inside, you find what appears to be a homemade SimSense chip. It sits securely in a custom-made plastic bracket. You pop the chip out of the bracket and pocket it. A few seconds later, an angry hiss sound comes from somewhere deep within the drone. As you step away from the drone, the hissing sound grows into a roar. Bright white sparks spit out from the drone's melting chassis and streak across the room. You've seen this kind of reaction before. Thermite. Whoever built the drone must have wired it with a self-destruction device. Within seconds, all that's left of the little drone is a molten wreck on the charging cradle. Foul-smelling smoke pours from the remains. You steal another glance at the chip that you recovered and turn away. Okay. Would we find this same chip on the corpse? If we re-investigate it, I wonder? No. Okay, well. Found something. There are a pair of courier drones in the other room. No markings. They look custom built. One of them had been slagged, but the other one had this chipped in its short storage compartment. When you produce the chip, the engineer's eyes widen slightly. He turns his head and coughs, rack his body. Interesting. This means something to you, Yuli? Iger takes the chip from you and holds it up to the light. No identifying markings. I have seen enough BTLs in my time to know one when I see it, but this is different. It's been modified somehow. Go ahead and slot it, bitch. It'll take you on the ride of your life. Iger raised an eyebrow. Smack him for me, will you? I'm busy. Okay. Your fist connects with the ruined meat of the engineer's nose. He coughs, chokes on his own blood, and then spits a wad of it into your chest. You don't know what you're holding, slag. He spits the words out like venom. His eyes are locked on the chip in Iger's hand. Slowly, he licks his lips. You don't deserve to touch that chip. I thought this guy was a professional. He is. I know his rep. I know that he's much too careful to get himself addicted to Sims. She glances at the engineer. His eyes are locked on the chip. If these things have him hooked this badly, they must be more addictive than the standard BTLs. This wouldn't be the first time that something like that hit the streets. Talk with enough sim junkies and you'll hear all about it. Interesting. Tell me more. There's a sort of legend out on the streets. The ultimate high. They call it 2XS. 2XS 360 by Microsoft. Supposedly, it hit the streets of Seattle a couple of years ago. Was that in the first game? I actually don't remember. It sounds vaguely familiar. Supposedly hit the streets of Seattle a couple of years ago. It vanished after a couple of months. There one day, gone the next. Nobody knows why. Scary stuff. I hadn't heard rumors of anything like that around here, thank God. I'm not saying that this is 2XS or even anything like it, but there are Sims out there that are even stronger than BTLs. It's possible that this is one of them. Got anything to add to that, Yuli? You have no idea how wrong you are about all of this. He struggles to rise from the floor, but his muscles refuse to cooperate. Finally, he gives up with a scowl. If I could move my arms, I'd take that chip from you and show you what it does. I'm sure that you would. She glances over her shoulder at you. Good find, Graves. You struck a nerve. Any other thoughts? Yeah, actually, I think that I might know where the other chip went. Remember that body I found in the other room? Yeah, good thought. Go check it out, but be quick. I don't know how long it'll be before we have company here. But that's literally what I said. Couldn't I have checked that ahead of time, game? Couldn't I have been smart and proactive? Okay. Whenever the guy was running melted down. Chip was wired to melt down after use. It's a one-time use. It's a consumable. The engineer's eyes remained locked on the chip. His face has gone pallid white, and his shirt is drenched with sweat. His eyes bulge, and his breathing is heavy. Iger glances up from your manic captive and looks you in the eye. Find what you're looking for? Yeah, I pried his chip jack open and found a blob of melted plastic inside. It's still warm to the touch. Iger examines the remnants of the chip in your fingers. I've heard of things like this before. Single-use SIMs, designed to self-destruct after they're slotted. Keeps the customer from reusing the same BTL over and over again. I'd say you found our missing chip. The ganger who slotted this wasn't blissed out like a normal sim. It was almost the opposite. He looks wild, like a madman. Madman. You don't know a damn thing. I know that we have something you want, something you're willing to die for. Death is nothing, nothing. If you'd seen what I've seen, you would know for yourselves. The chip, it opens your eyes. Slot one and you become a god. Iger stares at him, her expression flat. The engineer sneers. I too was a skeptic. Then the wolf caught me, and the raven opened my eyes. And now at last I can see. Suddenly, he lurches forward. Every muscle in his body goes tight, and the cords stand out on his neck. Give me the chip. It was promised to me. I need it. Yeah, tell us what you're working for. It's all yours. The engineer spits out a mouthful of blood. It hits the tile floor with a sickening splat. He grinds his teeth, then snarls out a single word. Winter night. There's a moment of silence. Finally, Iger speaks. Never heard of them. Of course you haven't, bitch. If you had, you'd already be dead. They don't leave loose ends. His body begins to tremble. It looks like the drugs are wearing off. They have money, she-troll. Money and influence enough to put the syndicates to shame. Even I cannot say how much, but I do know that what I've seen is just the tip of the spear. Alright, let's say that you're telling the truth and some sort of secret society's behind this. What do they want with this place? They do not tell me these things. All I know is that they want to store things here. Crates, boxes, shipped in from all over. No cargo inspections and no traces back to them. So that's interesting that, again, like the forklift hasn't ever been used. So this is just a warehouse. But they don't take anything out? What are they shipping in? Weapons? Drugs? More of these BTLs? He eyes her incredulously. You think that I asked them? It's not my place to know. All that I know is what was promised to me. Give me the chip. You promised. He promised you the chip. Iger smiles at the engineer. Slowly, she pulls a knife from her belt. Its serrated edge glints in the light. I, on the other hand, didn't offer you a goddamn thing. Maybe we should let him slot the thing? I don't think we should. She's got you there. Iger leans in to look the engineer in the eye. She grins. Goodbye, Yuli. She plunges her blade into the engineer's throat. The orc lets out a startled gurgling sound, thrashes, and dies. Iger wipes her hands clean and looks up, an expression of grim satisfaction on her face. Well, that take care of that. Thanks for the assist, fearless leader. No problem, but we're not done yet. We still have Winter Night to deal with. Can't do it, fearless leader. What you're suggesting is beyond the scope of our capabilities. I don't have any contacts in Norway. We wouldn't even know where to begin looking for Winter Night. And if we found them, what then? The two of us aren't going to stop an international conspiracy on our own. We're good, but we're not that good. Hey, speak for yourself. She rolls her eyes. All right, one-man army. Believe what you want. But even if you could take them down on your own, you don't have time. We've still got a dragon to deal with, remember? We can't take the time to go scouring the Norwegian countryside looking for a secret society. Let the F-state worry about protecting Berlin's borders. That's what it's there for. Hell with that, we can't trust a bunch of strangers with this. I understand where you're coming from, Graves. Believe me, I do. I like a clear resolution as much as anyone else. But out in the field, you almost never get one. There are no easy fixes in my line of work. You don't kill the bad guy and have everyone live happily ever after. That's a fairy tale, not real life. The real world is more complicated than that. We aren't going to solve this on our own. That was never the plan. But if you still need some closure on this, take another look at what's left of the engineer. She jerks her thumb in the direction of the orc's smoldering corpse. He's dead and gone, and we're the reason why. That's something, I guess. Speaking of Yuli, there's one more thing that I want to do before we go home. She stoops to inspect the body. We still need to search the bastard. Who knows, maybe he has some additional evidence on him, or in him. Could be that he is headwear storage. We won't know until we go digging. Alright, let's get this over with. Time passes. The job is long and unpleasant, but eventually you find something. A hidden storage compartment in one of the engineer's cyber arms. Deactivated as his cyberware is, it takes some prying to get it open, but Iger leans in and puts a muscle into it. With a metallic snapping sound, the compartment yawns open. Iger reaches in and pulls out a cylindrical object about the size of a beer can. She inspects it, and a smile creeps across her face. The hell's that? She holds the object for your inspection. This, my friend, is a pulse grenade. The last I heard, the Russian military were developing them as crowd dispersal devices, but that was years ago. Looks like Yuli kept a memento of his time in the Spetsnaz. She examines the grenade with a critical eye. Looks like typical Russian engineering. Clunky, but functional. If I took this thing apart, I bet that I could figure out how they made it. Anything else in there? She dips her hand into the secret compartment one more time. No, not that I can. Without warning, the engineer's cyber arms begin to twitch. His body bucks convulsively, while his dead eyes stare straight ahead, convulsively. Iger snatches her hand back and steps forward. What the heck? The engineer's body surges forward, a violent, convulsive motion. His eyes bulge out of his skull, then his chest evaporates in a spray of light. As you watch, the chemical fire that rages from the engineer's body blackens his flesh and spits sparks across the room. It's the same reaction that you saw when the drone went up, a thermite reaction. His employers, Winternight, they must have implanted that thing in him. Yeah, must have. I'm willing to bet that if we didn't use the cyberware deactivator on him, he'd have gone up before he had the chance to spill any names. If you were looking for further proof, I think that was it. Yeah, looks that way. Let's go. People need to know about this. Okay. I mean, is that really the end of the story, though? I don't like loose ends. I so much hate loose ends. Do we have to walk all the way back through, or is there going to be someone waiting on the outside for us? No. The U-Bahn whisks you back toward the cruise bazaar, Iger standing by your side. The image of the engineer's body disintegrating in flame replays itself over and over in your mind. The bright flash, the shower of sparks, the overpowering stench of sizzling meat. A blue-green afterimage hangs suspended in the center of your vision, and it refuses to be blinked away. From what Iger told you, the engineer was a menace, an international criminal at the top of his game. And as you watched, he was consumed from within by a device that marked him as disposable. The rattle of your U-Bahn car coming to a halt shakes you from your reverie. You're home. Two. That's so little. I feel like that's just not enough for the amount of effort. Okay. Yeah, we'd want to get back up to range. We want to get range combat 6 so we can use better guns. And that's going to require way more karma than we currently have. Before I do anything else, I do want to go buy more med packs. I definitely think we need them. We've been using them a lot as well. Hey, buddy. I need medical supplies. You don't have any level 3s. We used all of our level 3s already. Crazy. I'll buy these. And that's good enough for now, I think. I was wondering where this guy went. Wait, they have the same exact outfit. Oh, it's you. There's 3 of you. All right, I guess that would be racist because that would imply all trolls look the same. But they literally have the same outfit, the same model. Okay, let's go talk to Iger. See what she has to say. Hey, Iger. I'm trying to click on you. What can I do for you? Any thoughts on the last run? No. Okay, we should talk about what happened with the engineer. Agreed. I'm ready to go over it if you are. So the engineer was working for a secret society. I wasn't expecting that. Neither was I. A part of me is still having trouble believing it, but it's true. Yuli wasn't lying. I could see it in his eyes. Have you been able to do any digging on Winter Night? No. There just isn't much reliable information out there. Whoever these guys are, they're very good at information control. None of my contacts could find anything but rumor and conjecture, and most of that's too crazy to even consider. How crazy are we talking about? Completely insane. Stories about magical nukes and the end of the world, Fenris shamans, Ragnarok, that kind of thing. Like I said, nuts. I mean, there are a lot of crazy things going on in this world. That doesn't mean they're not real. Yes, there are, and no, it doesn't. But this is just too far out for me to accept. It's far more likely that they released these stories themselves to throw people off of whatever they were really doing. Anyway, we stopped them cold and shot the nest. Whatever their business is, whatever was going to be in those crates that the engineer was having shipped there, it isn't our problem anymore. The Cruise Bazaar is safe, on that front at least. Yeah, it is. We got you to thank for that. And you, don't downplay what you did back there. Anyway, we shouldn't let it get to our heads. We still have a dragon to worry about. Yeah, what pushed you over the edge? That son of a bitch said a lot of things. What of it? You knew that we needed him, but you beat him badly. I'm worried about that lapse of control. You don't need to be. There's nothing wrong with my self-control. I made a choice to unload on Yuli because he was a murderous asshole. I knew how much pressure to apply, which bones to break, and which ones to leave alone, and I did all of those things. But why? What did he tell you to push you to that point? It takes her a long time to respond. When she does, her voice carries a tone of resignation. You really want to know? Alright, fine, I'll tell you. He told me about a bunch of Polish towns that my unit swept for syndicate activity. He told me how the mob poured back in right after we left, and what they did to the people who had accepted our help. He told me about the beatings, the rapes, the killing rooms, and the torture, and worse. He relished in describing it, the relentless, hideous barbarism of it all meant to teach some sort of lesson. I think that's the cruelest part of this entire story. Those people, they didn't need a lesson in how terrible life can be. They live with that every day. Yuli seemed to find all of this hilarious. Yeah, I know that he was pushing my buttons on purpose, and yeah, I know that he was trying to make me lose control, but the hell with it. He deserved a good beating. Yuli didn't pull any punches, so I didn't pull any punches. And if you have a problem with that, you can go and get fucked. Watch your tone. I'm still your team leader. Show respect. She grits her teeth. You're right. I was out of line. I shouldn't be taking this out on you. I guess I'm still a little on edge about all of this, which is exactly what Yuli wanted, of course. I just can't help thinking, what if he was telling the truth? What if those things did happen? If I leave things where they stand, there'll always be some hope that he was lying. But if I dig into this and find that he was telling the truth, if I find out that none of what we did meant anything, Even if he was telling the truth, that doesn't invalidate what your unit was doing there. Doesn't it? Our actions might have drawn attention to those people, made them targets. They were already targets. You need to quit beating yourself. Yeah, it isn't like you. She gives you a brusque nod. You're right, it isn't. No more moping about, I promise. And I will look into this, Graves. Wherever this trail leads me, I'll follow it, and I won't stop until I find the truth. I can help you. Thanks, but no thanks. Not now, at least. At some point, after we're done with what we're doing, I'll look into this. I'll get to the truth, whatever it might be, but I'm not going to do it today. Yeah, I got your back. I know it, and I'm glad. Now let's change track. Is there anything else from the run that you'd like to go over? If you have any thoughts, I want to hear them. You said that you thought you could reverse engineer. Any luck with that? Yeah, actually. It wasn't too difficult to pull the thing apart and see what it made it tick. Making one of my own was a different story, but I got it in the end. She reaches into her desk and grabs a cylindrical object. Gently, she lifts it up and hands it to you. Make me to the newest addition to my arsenal. I call it the voltaic grenade. It's based on the same principles as the Russian pulse grenade, but with a few tweaks of my own. Sort of tweaks. Mine has a lot more bite than the original. I bumped up the amperage quite a bit. When that thing goes off, it'll both shut down the nervous system and cook the organs of anyone in its blast radius. Nasty. She nods and tucks the weapon back into her desk. It is. You wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of one of these. For now, I've only managed to make one voltaic grenade. They aren't the easiest things in the world to manufacture, or the cheapest. But I should be able to scrounge up enough raw materials to put a new one together between each run. Oh, so we should have done this first. Better than nothing. A hell of a lot better than nothing. If used in the right situation, one of the things could turn the tide of an otherwise unwinnable firefight. That's nothing to scoff at. Hey, I'll take it. Talk about something else? That's all. Anything else? Nope. All right. Well, we're done, at least for now, I suppose, with your personal quest. Let's access our funds. Claim our data. It's really not a whole lot of anything, is it? Alright, I'll read through these. Energy sources? Again, interesting just backstory into world building. I like it. Okay. How's the Alice Fund doing? 10,000 away, and we do have a job posted. And I have money, but I don't think there's anything left for us to spend that money on. I don't think there's gonna be. I don't think like these people's personal quest update until after like a main story quest, right? So as far as we know, there's only one thing left.
The anniversary is not nice, but the streak is nice.
Hey Lorelei, thank you for your tier 1 subscription. 70 months of support, but on a 69 month streak. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Gosh, do we have time to do this? It's gonna be at least probably another hour for a main story. I guess we got time. I guess we'll make time. We didn't stream yesterday, but we streamed an extra hour the day before. All right, where would you like to travel? Let's do it. Let's go to As Technology. Am I enjoying this game? I am. I am enjoying it. I mean, I liked the first game, which was much shorter, by the way. I realized that game was like 10 or 11 hours, and we've already surpassed that. But they basically took the first game, like the premise, the worlds, everything, and they just made it a million times better. So I'm liking this one a lot. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. All right, main quest. Let's bring our normal crew. Oh, wait, hold on. Can we level anybody? No. Okay, so I was... Maybe they only level on main quests. I actually don't know. Like the main story stuff. Imagine you played stuff like the Mass Effect games. Yeah, in fact, we played Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3 on stream, I'm going to say 4 years ago? I honestly don't remember how long ago that was. And I also enjoyed them, but I enjoyed the story not as much as the gameplay. Like, Mass Effect was fine in terms of the gameplay, but the story I liked a lot. Okay, yeah, we played Mass Effect in 2021. 2021, so 5 years ago. All right, I think we have our crew, so let's just go. There we go. Earwig. OTK International. Wait, am I remembering? Isn't OTK a streamer like name, like a group? I don't remember what they're called, or who's in it even. But I'm pretty sure I know that name. Anyway, OTK International is a small-time software developer, and it shows. The company's main office is crammed up against the back wall of a massive shared office park, surrounded by competing businesses and larger corporations. A steady trickle of dead-eyed wage slaves flows in and out of the complex. The office park's main entrance is overflowing with hired security, but your forged keycard gets you past them easily enough. A few minutes later, you're walking into the winding corridors towards OTK International. You're only a few smashed computers away from putting Amsel's plan into motion. Okay, so I have to remember. So we're fighting against, we're taking on a much larger corporation, but we need this their like middleman to get in or something. I don't really remember all the details. No, we don't need to spend any points. Passing through the main doors of OTK International, you find yourself in a stretch of industrial hallway. Apparently, the company is too small to warrant such amenities as a lobby or a greeting area. The rest of your team is waiting for you at OTK's side entrance, outside of the office park and beyond the reach of building security. Letting them in should be as easy as opening a service door. As long as I don't get caught, I'll be fine. I've got lots of Riz, so maybe we can talk our way through any problems we come across. Wait, are they literally just... Oh. As you pass by the door, open door, I was like, that door's not open, this door. You see a middle-aged man, or a middle-aged wage slave working at a console. His back is facing the doorway, and he doesn't seem to have noticed you. They just ignore him. You keep walking down the hallway, half waiting for a cry of alarm. A few seconds later, and you're satisfied. The wage slave is completely oblivious to your presence. Yeah, why give ourselves to anybody? Let's let our team in first, and then we'll go about murdering everyone. Lead the way. All right, team, welcome here. Welcome, welcome. Uh-oh. Standing in the hallway is a janitor, a tired-looking woman in her mid-30s. She's staring at you, her eyes wide with surprise. You can't help but notice the alarm panel set into the wall just behind her. With a flick of her wrist, she could make your job infinitely more complicated. Oh, excuse me, you startled me there. A look of confusion crosses the janitor's face as her eyes flit from you to your teammates, to the door that you just let them in through. You are suddenly aware of how very out of place you look in this building, and the furrow in the janitor's brow tells you that she's made the same observation. Who are you exactly? And how did you get into this building? I don't have the right riz. I'm an old friend of the development lead. We shared a dorm together at the University of Berlin. Uh-huh. She does not sound convinced. No, sorry. I was ashamed to admit it, but I'm new here, and I stepped out for a smoke. Now I can't seem to get back in. Would you mind holding the door for me? Oh, come on. You know that I can't do that. The janitor paused for a moment considering. Well, I don't know. I'm not supposed to, but if you're new... I hate being in this position. Look, I don't want to give you the third degree, but they've been harping so much about lax security that I have to. Everyone do their part and all that. So I've got to ask, why are you still in your street clothes? You know how seriously they take the dress code here, especially if you work in one of the server rooms. Here we got our Riz. I left my work clothes under my desk. I just needed to feel like a normal person again, even though if only for 20 minutes. There's only so long you can stew in your work outfit. You know what I'm talking about, right? The janitor offers you a weak laugh. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've lost count of the number of nights I've gone home feeling subhuman. It sucks. I can't blame you for wanting to get in some fresh air, especially considering the kind of hours you folks have been putting in. She pauses for a moment, considering, and you can see her body relax as she finally lets her guard down. Okay, you're cool. You can head on in. I won't rat you out to security or management if you won't tell anyone that I held the door for you. We're all in this together, right? Absolutely, all in this together. Easy. So we got 1 karma for that 1 piece of dialogue, which was as much karma as we got for 1 hour of content on a side quest. I think that is very stupid. Now, the real question is, I do have to get there. How about... I wonder if it's a smart idea for me to backtrack or not. I'm gonna guess it's not a smart idea, but I also would really like some loot. Okay, there's a drone there. We definitely do not want to alert the drone. This just overrides... Huh? We could have gone in either door? I'm confused. That's the executive door. And a locked door. Okay, let's save. Select a decker. It's me. I'm the decker. Alright, we need some programs. Let's get some of this and some of that. Not that one. No. Hold on. I want the level 2, the level 2, the level 2, the level 2, and the level 2. Okay. We're in. Okay. Let's get behind some cover. And then... let's put a dot on this guy. It's gonna miss, though. Yeah, it was worth a try. Man, that is rough. How exactly are we flanked, by the way? The whole flanking system doesn't actually make any sense. Like, I don't understand their targeting system pretty much at all. That's a good hit. Kill? What, he's got like 1 health? What? Okay, he is charging. How did we miss? That was an 85% chance to hit. That's ridiculous. Now, 65% chance. We still miss it. Classic. 65%. We hit it somehow. Let's start moving up. Missed. Heal ourselves. Move up here. Now. Bro, we literally just healed all that. And they just dealt it. Did these same things have like one extra hit point? Like, why? That's very stupid. Alright, I actually want to end my turn and then heal myself in case something crazy happens after we open this door. Okay, we've opened the door. Are we going to trigger more baddies on the way through? Because I think that's what that tile means, right? I guess not. Alright, save. Unlocked a door. Halt! This is a restricted area. The guard raises his weapon. His voice is brimming with excitement. Show me your ID now! I don't have a company ID. I was sent here by Knight Errant Dispatch to check on the status of the patch. This patch? The guard sounds both confused and frightened. Look, it's my first day, but the captain didn't say anything about... I don't question dispatch, son. They say jump, I jump. But Look, you want to step out of my way? I need to jack into that console behind you and verify the patch is ready for release. After a long pause, he stammers out a response. Yeah, okay. You go ahead and do what you need to do, but don't leave this room, you hear? I want to keep an eye on you. Don't worry, I won't. Destroy the comlink software. Save. Drone control room. Alright, in we go again. Well, we found the baddies. Okay. AoE. We don't hit ourselves, though. We still hit ourselves. I'm pretty sure we were not highlighted. But what do I know? Apparently nothing. Okay, we're already almost dead. Not great. Really? Now we're missing the 72% chances. I clicked this and it didn't do it. Okay. Said something was intervening. I don't know what it was or what that means. Oh my god, they're hitting their shots. And I'm missing all mine. I really don't want to move closer. Chances. Yeah, that guy died. 60% chance. Missed. Yeah, that happens. Alright, let's heal ourselves. We'll move forward. Missed again. This is fine. You're dead. Now, we don't know where these little teleporters go. My goodness. How many freaking guys are there gonna be in this one zone? I do not have the program that reduces my threat level, which could be a problem later. We missed a 72% chance twice in a row. Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna miss 69% twice in a row. What is this bullshit? Statistics, man, you know? Heal ourselves. In theory, you die to a dot no matter what, right? This is the financial data server. Okay, we increased all damage that he takes. If we can deal damage. It does require us actually hitting him. Okay, that's good. Is this tile the one that summons more baddies? I kind of want to find out immediately. No, it didn't. Med cover intervening. Medium cover. I don't know what that means. Crazy that we keep missing these like 60% chances. I feel like we missed that more than 40% of the time. Maybe not. Maybe I am incorrect. But it sure does feel that way. Okay. Recovered pay data. That alone gave us 1 karma. That alone gave us 1 karma. We're about to trigger an alarm, though. Which I'm pretty sure the last time that happened, it summons more bros. I don't know if there will be consequences outside of that or not. We missed point blank, 74% chance. Twice! Okay, there's the bad thing. So now the alarms go off, so that does mean the security guards are now here. Okay, well now we know. Big crit. Of you. Uh-oh. I forgot about you. Oh, there's two of you. You're kind of screwed in there. I don't think I can escape this. Are any of you guys taking damage? These little guys have, right? It's hard to tell. Okay, one down. Next, I'd like to do another AoE that does not hit me. I don't know if these guys... Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I think I miss. Okay, that's good. Okay, back out here. You're dead. Missed. Okay. I think I need you to take out these robots. Oh, yeah, that'll do. Oh my goodness, what a shot! Nice. Alright, they're dead. Okay, yeah, that's not good. You buff others. Let's do... Shot at you. Missed 72%. Perfect. Just wanted. Again, it's 70-something%. We're missing, I feel like, half the time. Something about that math just does not math up. Okay, back into this room. There's no one here as far as we know. It's like a security card or something. Server room door key. Well, that'll be helpful later. Heal you. Iger, I want you to stand over here. Oh wait, that's Dietrich. You stand over here and blast anyone that comes through this door. Oh, it's the janitor. Oh no, we've disappointed the janitor. Actually, that is so sad. Healing, nice. Hit the debuff. Ooh, that was a good hit. didn't kill you? That's crazy. That did. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Of course, we missed that too. Why would we hit it when we could instead miss it? And of course, we missed that too. Okay, so you're out here. I'd rather have you just chill. We're just gonna keep. We should reload. I think we just keep doing this. Hey, it worked. Unfortunately, you are not in a great position. I'll get those drones onto the fight. You mean the drones we already killed? Those drones? Alright, we've debuffed you. That's big. Huge. Okay, destroy the comm link. So, okay, so now we could leave if we really, really wanted to. Or we could murder all the guards and loot stuff. Another thing that we could do. Okay. Nice crit. Okay, D-Trick. Haste. Iger. She is gonna just start blasting with her shotgun. Missed. You're dead. You just tried to punch me? That guy just tried to punch me. I mean, that guy's gonna take control of things that aren't there anymore, right? I mean, maybe there's other things. I actually don't know. I meant to pin him down, but he's not gonna hit that. It's a 38% chance. Yeah. All right, I missed my enemy, but I instead hit my ally. We missed point blank with a shotgun. Big damage. Alright, can I shoot him from here? I can. I don't have enough AP. Can you heal anybody? Ourselves, I guess. Okay. Launching drones, you say? Please input command. Oh. So I don't have any drone control. So I can't do anything. I mean, I can shoot that guy. ourselves. Okay, Iger. Better off with a shotgun here, but you are out of bullets. Where are you going? Oh! Oh! That's where you're going. Oh, they do have more robots. How did you miss so many shots there? I mean, we can put damage on these guys, but we can't do bleed damage. Okay, you are very screwed. You should run away. And increase your accuracy. Not enough ammo. That's right. That guy's dead. Where are you going? Okay. Get in here. I'm gonna heal myself. Pin this guy so he can't run away. Nice. And then whatever, just hit this guy again, I guess. We missed. 85%, classic. Another robot. Okay, this guy is gonna head for the drone control room. I'm glad that he says it out loud. It really makes our job easier. He's dead. That makes our job easier too. Maybe kill this guy? Okay. Let's haste the clicker again. And then you need to get out of here. Oh, it's got 2 health left. Shoot you. Nice. And then shoot you. Very nice. Still shoot this guy with amazing 89% accuracy and still somehow miss him. It sounds like we're out of combat, but we're clearly still in combat. More people coming, or am I allowed to chill now? What happens if we end the turn? We're still in tactical combat because there are enemies around somewhere. Our goal is this point is just to leave, but I am quite curious. Why can't I click there? Okay, smash the server. What would that do for us? Like, why would we want to do that? The game's frozen. That's weird. that just be another way to accomplish our goal of hacking? I don't understand why we would smash the servers. Okay, we can shoot from here. I like how that, like, pushed her out of the way. Can you smash a server? We're just all gonna go around smashing servers. Really showed them. Terrible idea to let the bard go by himself. I mean, it's very likely that there's going to be more enemies waiting for us in this hallway, right? Get everyone together. Move you up first. Not actually seeing anyone there. Paste you. No, there's no one here that we can see. And now there are. Where the heck is this guy going? Good crit. Guess we have to aim at this guy, like, right in front of us. We've done that one first. Dang it. Good crit. Oh my god. The just complete shotgun blast to the back. Alright. Are we in the clear yet? Sure hope we're in the clear now. No wounds. Just still confused as to why we are in tactical combat mode. We're gonna, like, get into a fight now after our tank is gone, and then we'll just be screwed. Weird. Weird. The U-Bahn ride home is smooth and uneventful. The high-ups at OTK International must be scrambling to try and recover their losses. It's only a matter of time before they make the call and Amzel's compromised data is uploaded to Knight Errant's comlinks. You're going to be rolling into Aztec technology with one hell of an advantage. Not bad for a night's work. Oh, I think we had to destroy the servers, right? So that way we had the only backup? 4 karma for that one. And that one was not difficult compared to some of the other ones. think they just don't know how to balance any quests. Hi. Thought about the last run? Apparently this doesn't count as a run, or maybe he doesn't comment because he wasn't personally there. Oh. You have any thoughts? No. Any updates on Alexander? I'm gonna assume no one has nothing new to talk about. Can I get my monies? Or I can post this for monies. Their financial records. After you finish the job, I'll monitor. Okay. Hold on. Destroying their mainframe. But I hacked it to destroy it. So, yeah, it was just literally an alternate way to destroy the mainframe. You could physically destroy it, or you could destroy the files of the server. I did both. I did both. Then you're extra sure. Graves, a job well done as usual, and the plan has worked swimmingly, I might add. I'm already patched into the Knight Errant comm system. If and when they summon their high threat response team, I will know it. As soon as you're finished resupplying, I'd recommend heading directly to the Jewel District. What? A commercial district shared by a variety of competing corporate interests. As technology controls the largest share of the district, including the major utilities that serve it. You'll find the facility that you'll be raiding there. Considering the level of security that As Technology is running, I wouldn't count on medical evac being available on this run. In fact, I'd bet against it. That means if anyone falls unconscious in there, they'll be buried when the building collapses. Obviously, you can't let that happen. I'd suggest stocking up on medical supplies. Got it. One last thing. Frau Muller sent me a message while you were out on the run. She says that when you reach the sub-basement of the facility, you will find a security door. This door's maglocks can be opened via a voice print recognition system. Apparently, she surreptitiously recorded your meeting. She claims that she's added your voice print to the technology database. Okay, what does that mean for me? If our client is to be believed, you will have the necessary access to open the door. The rest of your team, however, will not. When you reach that door, I'd recommend grouping up. Only you can open it, and there's no saying what you'll find on the other side. Yeah, she should have briefed me about all this earlier. Agreed. Our Frau Muller is clearly out of her depth. That said, we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place. We desperately need the money she's paying for this job, and we've already committed ourselves by attacking OTK. Despite her lack of professionalism, we need to press forward, and that means that you're going to need to get past that door. Go now, Graves. We need to strike while the iron's hot. On it. Let me level first, maybe. Spend some points on shooting things. And then we will save that job for next time. Because, yeah, that's a good spot to end. That's a great spot to end, I would say. So we will do this tomorrow.